the latest. Play it, Daddy.
I shall fear no man, just God. But it was God that gave me these bars.
My pen is the paintbrush, notepad the easel. Been painting with a twist before, sipping with my people. Stacking lines, equal sign, this verse is the prequel to the man you hear before you flowing through your speakers. Hempstead Nights, silky slim with the pearly whites. Earned a rep being smooth with the ladies. Plus could fight, kept the knife in his inside coat pocket. 22 strap on his ankle as another option. Protege of Chocolate Tay and OG from around the way. Used to run numbers and push yay, no Yeezy.
So, first of all, Muggs is in the building. You know what I'm saying? Hempstead's in the building. With Muggs in the building, Hempstead's in the building. Just saying. So before we get to my favorite part of the show, which is Freestyle Friday, you know that wasn't on the list, Tim. You know I wasn't gonna do no show without Freestyle Friday, man.
I didn't know. I thought you was gonna just do whatever.
Nah. I'm gonna tell you in a minute what Freestyle Friday is, Muggs. But I got a question for you though.
Yeah.
Because Trem reminded me of this. What are your feelings on people getting help with their lyrics? And I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you this. I'm not talking about ghostwriting. That's a whole different thing, right? But there's an AI technology thing that's going on right now.
Chat GPT.
Right? Now let me tell you. So basically, you know, they have gone and created rap artists through AI. It's crazy. But I'm gonna start small with you, Buzz, because this is gonna be mind blowing. As you start to learn about this stuff by AI, it's gonna blow your mind. I promise you. But I'm gonna start with this. There's this thing called, I think it's called Lyric. I forget the name. It's like Lyric. I had it written down. But there's basically a website where you can go to go get your lyrics, like help with your lyrics. So when you sitting there, you like, you know, mugs, drugs, slugs, right? You like, dang, I'm stuck. Let me go to this lyric website and see what they got for me. So you type in mugs, and then this whole list of stuff start coming up that formulate. They give you suggestions for the bars.
Wow.
It gives you suggestions of what your bar should say, and it also gives you other words that could go in place or could work with that.
That's wild. That's like Yo, I'm laughing because it's like that's smart. It's mad smart.
Right, it is smart.
Whoever, I don't know if it's tried and proven yet. If any artist is gonna be like, yeah, I was on writemybars.com and they, you know what I mean, give them some credit, but that's mad smart. Like, I'm good off that though. When you asking me like, do I want to get on that site or what? Nah, son, I'm good on that. Like I said, these ain't even my words anyway, son. I'm just giving this, but I used to write. You might think it's funny, like I used to keep a thesaurus. I don't even know where it is anymore. Like I was like that, son. When I was talking about something, I researched them if I wasn't 100% sure, or when I wanted. There's so many words out here, you know what I mean? It's like I had a thesaurus, son. I used to write, and I had a thesaurus next to me back when I was penning in the in the me book, the little me composition on my little spirals or whatever. Like, man, I need a new word for blah 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 blah, and I go find whatever word in the thesaurus, and be like, all right, now I'm gonna freak this with something else. That's how
Lyric Studio.
Lyric Studio. I'm good.
.net. Lyricstudio.net.
I'm gonna forget it by the time we get off this. Lyric Studio. Yeah, it's smart. I think that's super smart. But for me, that kind of go back to everything we was talking about: fast food, microwave, talent. Like, I'm old school, son. Like, I got it. I tell my daughter, don't ask nobody to do nothing for you to do for yourself, man. Like, yo, if you got to do all of that, like, I can't even say it ain't for you because it's been people like this in the game. It's been the Milli Vanillis of the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, these cats been here, and they'll have their run or their hit, and then they'll move on. You know what I mean? They wouldn't put out 15 projects, and even though my 15 hasn't grown, and I can sit back and collect off of it and be great. Like, this is natural. This is pure for me. You dig? Like, I'm passionate about it. So I ain't looking for no assist. You know, I don't need Stockton right now. I'm just trying to ball. Let me ball. Let me work. I'm gonna put work in, and I'm a ball. And I might miss. I'm gonna shoot. I'm gonna shoot my shot. You know what I'm saying? I don't. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying like, nah, man. Nah, I'm good with that. I tell people relax off that, man. Like, it's this one verse I got like that where assist. I wouldn't even call it assistance. My brother Ryder, when he was home, we was working on his project, Devil in Disguise, and he had the joint Blood Brothers, which ended up it was going to be on his project, and it was on Better Days Ahead.
I like that joint.
I shot him the beat because I found the beat somewhere, and we had the ideas like, all right, we're gonna do a back and forth joint. Yeah, he gonna have a verse. I'm gonna have a verse. So it was his song, you know what I'm saying? And I wrote two verses. I wrote two different verses. I let him hear and say, yo, which one you like more for it? I wrote both of the verses. But then in the bar for bar one, he was letting me hear something. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do this. He's like, nah, bro, I wrote the whole bar for bar shit. I'm like what, nigga? Like, nah, son. Like, I'm good on that. Like, nah, bro. But you know, he's more like stubborn than he's like, nah, bro, this is what it is. Just go off for this. I'm like, all right, son. So to say, you know what I mean, lyric studio, whatever. My brother Ryder, he did that for me. Yeah, I don't want to say he did it for me. Like, I couldn't have wrote my own piece for the bar.
Right.
He had it in his mind already.
He had the concept ready.
You know what I'm saying? So it was like, whatever, I respect it. That's you. But he wrote that bar for bar in the beginning part on Blood Brothers. Just like you know, I found out years and years later, Q-Tip wrote that initial part for Busta Rhymes and Scenario. Like, he alley-ooped that whole
that thing where they go back and forth.
They go back and forth. Like, Q-Tip wrote all of that up until Busta Rhymes come on, As I Come By. Like, anything that Busta said before that, Q-Tip wrote. You know what I'm saying? And he pretty much alley-ooped it to him, and it ended up the classic that it is. But as far as I don't know, I'm good off for really. I'll stick to my figuring it out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, I'm comfortable with that.
Troy, man, what you got to say, man?
Doc Key, I really want to see about, because you know this is my brother. I love Troy, man. You know that,
man. I love you too, man.
I want to know your thoughts on that, though.
Wait. Before you start on that, hold on one second. Muggs is a legend, true enough. But that dude right there, Troy, can actually he can write. He can put some stuff together.
He can sing. He can harmonize a little bit too.
Oh man, come on now.
Do not let him fool you.
One day he's gonna write me a whole verse. I ain't gonna get into this, man. Cause the first time I met Troy, he's sitting there writing one bar. Like he'll give me one verse here, then another song with one verse. I said, I have not heard a whole song from you dude yet. Exactly. I'm gonna get it though, I promise you.
But you know what, man, that ties into what we're saying. First of all, Tino, man, the AI and the whole rhyming thing. So it brings me to realizing like there's an irony in it, right? I feel like that a part of the essence of being human is the creativity that we have, and to be innovative and to push ourselves with science and math and solve problems and make things easier and all that stuff. But the irony is, like, now something like this is blocking the essence of being human, such as push yourself to be creative, right? So we know somebody like Muggs will never in a lifetime use that, because it just doesn't make sense. He loves the pure essence of, if I gotta take 2 years to write one track, then that's just what it is. You know what I mean? Because that's the pureness in him that's coming out. But the problem is, and even we can talk about generations and all that stuff like that, but for these folks in today's world, it's kind of like with the whole basketball thing we were talking about. If they don't have a foundation to teach them about like the true essence of writing and the craft and what it's about, they might just think, well, I'll just use the AI and I'll become a famous rapper. And it's like, but do you actually know how to think your way through this process? Do you actually know what it's like to grab a thesaurus and take it with you everywhere you go just to write bars? That's crazy, bro. Just go to the website. What you mean? What you mean? Why would I just do that? Like, I love the essence of having to really dig into it. And it kind of off topic, on topic, but we were having these conversations in class. It's the same thing. They're using it, not this particular site, but something just like it, to write people's papers, like essays and research papers, right? Plagiarism, right? So it's like a form of plagiarism. It's just a form of being lazy with your creativity. And then it goes even beyond that. Like, and I'm sure Muggs would probably agree. A lot of times people have this limited scope of, okay, you're a hip hop artist, right? And you write bars. But if you can do what he's doing, this man's taking a thesaurus to write rhymes. I can imagine what he's like in his day-to-day life with anything that we do, right? Hey, Muggs, my microwave won't work. Can you help me critically think my way through this? He has experience critically thinking with writing bars. I know he can flex his way out and do different things. So you see what I'm saying? Like, it starts to tie into other aspects of life. If you want to use AI here to just write bars, next thing you know, you want AI to write your research paper. You want AI to do this. Like, what happens to the creativity? What happens to that internal drive to say, I want to push my mind? You know what I'm saying? So I'm not with that. And I'm sure with everything, there's like a pro and con balance. I'm sure somebody can make a whole argument as to why it makes sense. But in a sense of, if you're using this to create a foundation that you can, whether make a single and blow up and feed your family or generational wealth, you should be digging in and doing that. I'm gonna be honest. If I could just go on there and type in lyrics and pull out a hit song and they were like, I'll give you 10 million for that, I'm like, it didn't come from here. You know what I'm saying? I know that sounds crazy, but the true value is coming from here. Because I know whether it's a year from now, 5 years, 50 years, you can't take this away from it. You know, so forget about
they're trying to do though. They try. Hey, this remind me of two things. One, you see what happens when you've got corrective texting. Like, your spelling is gone. Like, you be like, how do you spell?
Word.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because we texting all the time, and the phone corrects your spelling. So now your thought of like how to spell words is going away. And then the other thing, I remember this Native American brother had this thing. I don't know if y'all remember this thing that's like, it's like the soul catcher or the soul
dream catcher.
Oh, with the feathers and all that.
Yeah. These things that we're talking about, mommy, like they're catching soul. That's what it feels like. It's like it's taking.
Good.
No. I was gonna say it's like it's taking your ability to critically think. All I can say is like your soul. It's really your soul.
That's how you become controlled. You know what I mean? Like that's a quick path to being controlled. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're missing this element of practicing critical thinking, next thing you know, you look up 5 years from now, everything's just technology, and the moment it gets taken away, you're just looking for somebody to think for you. You don't know how to do it.
That's on Tricks right there. Talk about it on Tricks, son.
Right. I can't wait to hear it.
Now when the times of instant gratification, sitting at the same table and can't have a conversation without picking up the phone Tweeting, liking, loving, snapping, TikTok and subscribing. This got me bugging. I do believe in evolution. Things should advance, but if technology does all the work, how do you enhance your ability to problem solve or critical thinking? Sounds more controlling. Then tell me how you reach your goals if you don't know how to create one, because you part of the mold instead of breaking it. I'm speaking to your soul. We all have one.
You take away somebody's ability to problem solve and critical think by giving all of these assists, right? But it's great for this. Now they dependent on that. They dependent on that as control. It's like welfare. It's the government. Dig, and it's all about control. It's all about power. You always dig, but you gotta have that power over yourself to know, like, I'm good. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I'm gonna be all right. If it work, it work. If it don't, we're gonna keep at it. You know what I'm saying?
Now, to the other point where we were talking about like humans collaborating, right? And writing for each other ideas and things like that. I'm not opposed to that as long as there's like a purpose. Like Muggs was saying with his friend had a purpose, and you notice what he did, he like humbled himself, because that's obviously sounds like somebody he knows and loves, and was like, all right, I'm gonna go with this. Right. Because you have an end goal for this, right? And in the end of it, that end goal is not just going to benefit the guy that has the plan and wants to see it go in a certain direction, but it's going to benefit his brother too, and he knows that. So, all right, cool, let's play the game, let's do it. You want to write a little bit? I'll write a little bit. However, we're going to do it. But I'm not opposed to. I'm not opposed to that.
You can't tell Big Bro no. You can't tell Big Bro no.
I'm opposed to the AI, Troy. And
yes,
look,
I'm with you, Walt.
I be seeing it's not just like, I be seeing the stuff with the music and stuff, but I be seeing it with artwork, like and people making the paintings and stuff, and it's starting to look, this was my thing about it, it's starting to look generic. If you telling everybody, like, even when it comes to music, like, this is the diagram to make a hit song for hip hop for this time, then everybody should sound the same. Excuse my language, I ain't gonna curse, but everybody's stuff won't sound the same. So like, that's literally, that kills hip hop. That kills music, like what it is. Like, everybody got their story, everybody got their own individuality. It's how you tell it and how you make it and how everybody vibe with it. But if you're saying that this is the criteria and this is what it is and this is what makes it, it's just like Mugg said, that's fast food. I can get that same Mickey D, Whopper, Big Mac, wherever I go, it's going to have the same. It might be a little different in New York than it is in Atlanta, but at the end of the day, it's still that same Big Mac, whatever. If I want something real quality food, I'm going to go to a mom and pop shop that's like a diner right across the way. You know, here, the best burgers around town, ABC, you're going to get a real individual. You're going to come back. You're literally just stealing the creativity from people when you're doing stuff like this. Like, you're not letting people for real become individuals and creatives. And that's what for real makes creativity beautiful. Because you don't want everybody to be the same, man. If we all the same, we animals. But we not.
Facts. You know what this reminds me of? Jurassic Park.
Genetically modified, huh?
Exactly, because there's a cut. One of my favorite characters in there, Ian Malcolm, played by my boy Jeff Goldblum. But he was saying that when they were in the lab, how the scientists would basically took millions of years of research that scientists before them did, and they stood on they basically just took what they did and just chopped it into something else, and then it came out to the creation of the dinosaurs. Well, it's like the same kind of thing in a sense, where we're trying to get something fast and quick in a hurry, but we're not thinking of the steps to take to get there, or what ifs that involves it. So it's like we want to play God so much, and to the point to where we lose control, and then Elohim always finds a way to correct us to where, you know, we're not him. So it's just it's crazy, man.
That listen, bro. That I'm telling you, man. It's so weird. I'm telling you, it is weird. One day, your kid's gonna be playing basketball, and their teammate is gonna be a robot.
Crazy,
bro. We already did that.
We probably
you ain't see the robots playing basketball.
See, yeah, that's what I'm saying. See what I mean?
The crazy thing, like I be hearing them talk about this at where I work. They be talking like in the future, like an AI president or an AI. I'm saying, let a calculator make decisions from. Come on. No,
then they're gonna be comparing the AI ball players to the human players. Nah, man, I'm telling you, he's better than Braun. Like, no.
Right? Like one day, everybody drinking Gatorade, he drinking oil. Come on.
You stupid.
Cause you know, like, you know how the algorithm works. So one time I was just watching this random like robot video, and just started sending the other stuff. Like, yo, I forgot the name of it, like this robot barber. Like this dude was lining people up. Like I was like, yo, this joker is fire.
So let me guess, he gonna have they gonna program him to have barbershop talk too, I guess.
Right.
So,
that's gonna be the thing that's gonna get lost in translation. That thing that makes us human, that interaction, the thing that makes us can resonate or read between the lines, those nuances that it just doesn't translate. But
yep.
I think this is gonna be a weird thing. I was like, man, with all this AI for us, like music, I'm like, is AI gonna get part of the publishing too? Like, how that work?
Right.
I'm just somebody getting paid. Somebody
like
getting paid off.
How is that
be? I don't know who it is, but someone pumping blood getting paid off of that.
Right. I'm telling you, your boy one day gonna say, I'm getting married, and the girl gonna be an AI.
Yo,
they were doing that junk online, man. They were doing that junk on video games.
I'm telling y'all, yo, is it?
Tino,
sounds right,
bro.
She comes to the door and she said, "Hello."
Had a store, I think it was in either China or Japan, where a guy was literally marrying a robot.
See what I mean? It's weird. It's spooky in these streets, bro. I'm telling you, it's spooky in these streets, bro. I'll end it like this. I'm so glad that I was brought up in the 80s. I'm so sorry. Listen, Carrington, if you're listening, your future's gonna be weird.
It's gonna be different.
It's gonna be weird. It's gonna be different. Yeah. You gotta navigate through this whole thing, bro, because it's gonna look crazy. Yeah. The thing about it is that her parents is old. You know what I'm saying? We OGs in the game. Right, so she gonna come up with the same mentality, and she gonna be looking like, but daddy, that's a robot. You don't supposed to be married to a robot. You know what I'm saying? Like, you sound like by the time she becomes 16, 17, she gonna be hip to so much game that no other kid's gonna have. She gonna be looking at this whole world different. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm telling you, hey man, it's gonna be weird. It's gonna be weird. It's too scary for me. I'm sorry, man. Yeah, it's too scary for me.